Hello fellow budgeters, this is Brianna from Arizona, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my August closeout paycheck number 1. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. Okay, so as you can see here, almost everything is filled out. We have our income. My income was $1425.40. My husband's income was $1132.28, which was pretty good. We got a $50 increase. Our rollover was actually $247.37. My son gave me $50, and we used $100 of our car maintenance sinking fund, so that was $180. Altogether, it came out to $2,985.05. Then we move on to our bills. Everything came out the same except for here. My husband went ahead and just used his own account for the Amazon Music, and instead we paid for his Apple storage at $106. Our SUV payment, our Disney Plus, our personal loan, our telephone bill came out a little bit lower. It's usually less than $60, but I just always budget $60. And our Sam's Club, I ended up paying $50 instead of $28. Discover, I'll get into that a little bit later, but I ended up zeroing it out here because we had to use our savings due to an important update pretty soon. Okay, so anyways, we had to zero that out here. And Amazon credit, I went ahead and paid $50. And then my husband used his Capital One for a car maintenance issue that we had on our small vehicle, so that's why the sinking fund was up here in the income, so that zeroed each other out. Okay, so now we will go ahead and get into our variables, and let me pull that sheet up. So as you can see here, our beginning balance was $425, or our budget for groceries was $425. This is what we spent. So if you subtract $425 from $73.18, we spent a total of $351.82. So I'll write that in our variables. And for our gas, we went over 29 cents. So with our budget of $175, it was $175.29. And for eating out, we had $5.49 left. So we still came under budget, but that was very close. We had $200 for eating out, and we spent $194.51. So I'll put that here. And as you can see, our miscellaneous, we didn't spend anything. And for here, my husband's spending, he'd had his original $100 spending allowance. He transferred that to his bank account. He had something he sold on eBay, I believe, so he had a deposit of $165. And then we had a deposit of $1,135. So he had a total of $1,305 in his account. He made a purchase, well, not a purchase, he traded in his vehicle. He wanted something different, so he had to pay $1,000 for a down payment, and then the $300 he used for, he had bought a golf club and something else, so that was the amount he had paid for from our savings and his monthly bill and a golf club that he had. So in my sinking funds and savings, you'll notice that we are completely not zeroed out on all of them, but most of them. And I can get into that after we finish out this budget. And then for me, I transferred the 100 over. I sold something on Macari, so I added that to our account, and then I transferred it to my account. So I ended up zeroing out mine. So if we go ahead and add up our variables, it's going to be $351.82 plus $175.29 plus $194.51 equals $721.62. So then we'll go ahead and add that to, well, this one changed, so it did. So all these come out to $14.33.84. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try this again. $351.82 plus $175.29 plus $194.51 plus the $14.33.84. So that gave us a balance of $2,155.46. So I'll write that in my budget. Okay, so then we bring our income to $985.05 minus $2155.46 equals $829.59. So we'll go ahead and bring that number down here, $829.59, and subtract the 330, which now gives us $499.59. So we'll go ahead and come back up to here, and I can't write the ring, so let me take this out really quick and scoot it over. Okay, so we'll bring that $499.59 up here, and we will subtract the 80, which will give us $419.59, and then we'll go ahead and bring that back down here to $419.59 minus our $50 in snowball debt, which gives us $369.59. That will bring down here So what we decided to do was put $250 into our savings, since we depleted a lot of it from the down payment. So we will subtract $250, which now gives us $119.59. So that is our money that we will roll over into our next pay period. So rollover is $119.59. And there we have closed out our August paycheck number 1. So if we go into my sinking funds, so let me zoom out just a little bit. And if you can hear my daughter in the other room, she's doing her writing class, so she's asking Siri some kinds of questions. So here you can see we ended up withdrawing, zeroing out our car maintenance fund because my husband had to take his old car in for some issues, and that was the last straw, I believe. He was done fixing whatever the problem was, and he ended up trading that vehicle in and getting a new vehicle. So we come into here where we drained our emergency, our clothing, our back to school, and our snowball debt. So we withdrew $1,430 from our sinking funds, and now this will be our paycheck number 2 that we've added. So basically we're starting all over again for most of them. The only thing we didn't take out of was our vacation and our kids' birthday, the sports fund, and the Amazon Prime. So everything else we are starting all over again, and that is because I needed to get rid of some of my credit card debt so that we can make this new payment. It's not a whole lot more, but I want to be able to not have to squeeze numbers when we do get our new payment. So as of right now, we ended up having to use $1,000 in our savings account for the down payment. I ended up paying off some of my credit cards. That way I'm not dealing with the monthly payment or any interest adding on to any of them. And we still have $500 left in our savings account. So again, we're going to start adding that back up to the $1,000 for the emergency, and then accruing more than that to go on to, you know, our 3 months of expenses. So no matter what happens, you know, we are able to say that.
Mommy.
What?
This is columns, or this is columns?
This is columns.
Okay.
So, sorry, my daughter came in. So let me start over. So no matter where we were at, all we can say is we had that money. We didn't have to use, although my husband used initially his credit card for the down payment, he ended up getting some pretty big cash rewards regarding that, and we paid it as soon as it hit his account. So that's where that $1,000 came from savings. And eventually that's what we were going to do, was pay off the car and get a new vehicle, and the old vehicle would be something that our kids could use. But my husband was just having too many mechanical difficulties with that old car, and it was something that we mutually decided to go ahead and just get a new vehicle So we do have a new loan, and that's not really a big issue. I've always had a loan out on my car. There was only like a few years where I didn't have one, where I was lucky enough to pay off my vehicle, but it seemed like as soon as I did that, things started happening to it, and you know, I ended up having to get a new vehicle. But that's what our budget is for. That is what we budget for. So that is what happened. Probably it's been about a little over a week and a half that we've had the vehicle. So going forward, you'll see that in my cash stuffing, a lot of my envelopes will be at 0. So, you know, your budget changes, life happens, we adapt. You know, we're not losing out on anything. And we also, what I ended up having to do was get another laptop, because our son Garrison ended up not getting a laptop from his school, unlike the others. So the laptop I had was still pretty good, and it had everything on it, you know, a DVD player, a DVD writer. It had Microsoft Office in it already installed. So I went ahead and gave him my laptop, and I ended up having to get another one. And because there's a lot of online and at home, you know, people at home, there wasn't a lot to choose from, and he had already started school, so it was just kind of what I could find that was cheapest and you know, like not too extravagant, but a lot of the cheaper models were already sold out, you know, due to the pandemic and everybody being home. So, you know, the one that I got was pretty pricey, but not as pricey as some of the other ones that are out there. So that is kind of what ended up here as well. That's what I used the snowball debt for, is to buy the laptop. And then the rest I ended up paying off my smaller amounts on my credit cards. So all of my Capital One cards are paid off. I have 3 altogether. I have a Walmart, I have a Capital One Quicksilver, and I have a Capital One Saver card. And all of them were all $200 and under. So I went ahead and used our sinking funds and paid all those off. So now the only cards that I have remaining are my Citibank, my Amazon credit, my Discover, and let me see. I know I wanted this to be a short video, but you know, I just kind of wanted to explain some things before I move forward. So yes, I'll end up having my Discover, my Saver one is paid off, my husband's Capital One is paid off, my JCPenney, I was gonna pay that this pay period, but I'll end up having to pay that next pay period due to, okay, I don't know where it stopped. I don't know where my battery stopped. So let me go ahead and go back and let you guys know. So all of these credit cards are paid off. So I still have my Citibank. My husband has his Best Buy. I paid off this Capital One, so this is no longer going to be on there. Our Verizon actually went down to $368, plus my son will be giving his 50 of his portion, so we'll only be paying $320 from now on. My PayPal credit I have not paid off yet. My Home Depot and Kohl's credit card has been paid off. My husband has a Premier One credit card. There's no balance on it, but there is a monthly fee of $10.40. My Walmart Capital One, I did end up paying that off, so that will no longer be on here. Our Durango is still, we ended up being able to refinance this Durango and the new car together. So as of right now, there's no payment in September, and I believe for the refinance, our new payment won't be effective until November. So we will be using this money in a different way, and I'll get into that later when we get towards the 11th of September. Our Disney Plus, always the same. Our personal loan will always be the same. Our my TJ Maxx credit card is paid off. Our telephone and cable is always around $58, $59. And then we will go into, so Sam's Club I also paid off, plus we had a $100 yearly fee on it. So my mom ended up paying half because she's on the account with me, so she paid half and then I paid the other half. So this credit card is completely paid off, plus the $100 annual fee. My husband's Discover, as I explained, he paid $1,300 on it with the $1,000 from savings. I have a Lane Bryant credit card that is paid off. My husband has a Capital One Quicksilver card that is paid off. Our Amazon, my Amazon, my husband doesn't really use it. My Amazon credit card still has a balance, and this is probably going to be the next one that I'm going to work on. Hulu stays the same. My Best Buy, I just paid today $50, and this amount is still at a 0 interest because we ended up using it to finance some appliances that we needed in the house. So I have that at 0 interest, so this just comes down as much as we can. And then my husband has a Citibank card at $65 a month. I don't know his balances. He doesn't give me those, and that's fine because you know, I mean, although we share in the finances, you know, he has his own credit cards, and as long as he keeps me appraised as to what needs to be paid on those, then I'm fine with that. Our insurance, we are going through Progressive right now, and actually this is going to be changing because of our new vehicle, and due to the bank still not, they're like 10 days behind in their loan processes, so we haven't got the paperwork signed off on yet or anything like that. So we don't know what that amount's going to be. Our Dick's credit card has 0. My Container Store is at 0. And our SRP will stay the same till November until it gets recalculated. My car payment, again, we traded it in, and I don't know when our next payment will be. Okay, sorry I got interrupted again. My daughter came in and was asking questions about her, she's doing writing, so she was asking some questions because apparently Alexa couldn't answer them for her. So yeah, those are the changes that we have right now. So yeah, so in my next budget with me, you'll see that I kind of had to redo the last one that I did because of these new changes, and then my cash stuffing will be the same. I will go ahead and probably do that either later today or tomorrow, and it should be up by Sunday. So go ahead and look for that. And again, I'd like to thank you guys all for your comments and, you know, coming back and watching my videos. I had a lot of comments about my nails. Like to thank everybody for commenting on them. I do my nails myself. I use the dip system from Kiara Sky and the dip systems from Sally Beauty. You know, I just get dip powder wherever I can, or I get some off of Amazon. But I learned to do them because I was tired of paying $45 to $50 every 2 weeks to get them done, and this way I can change the colors anytime I want to. I don't have to go in and pay an extra fee to get the color removed and get a new color on. I just do everything myself. So although in the beginning it does get costly because you have to buy all the materials, the filings, you know, I have an electrical file, I have a UV light, I have like the tips that I use. I have different kinds of tips that I use. I have the systems that go with it, like the base, the bonding, and the stuff that hardens the dip, and then I top it off with a clear gel top coat, so that's why they're kind of shiny. The other ones that the dip system comes with, they aren't as shiny as this, so I like to use the gel top coat, and that's what the UV light is for. And I noticed that it lasts a lot longer. So they aren't perfect, but I am a nail biter, so having nails on is is a must for me, because if not, my nails will be like really small if, you know, I'm constantly biting them. So and it doesn't make my hands look that chunky because my hands are kind of chubby. But so when I do my nails, it makes them look elongated, so they're not as chunky as I think they do. But again, thank you. If you want to see how I do it and show you my system, I can do that, although it's not really budget related, although it is budget related for me because it does save me money in the long run. I can do that. I think the next time that I will be doing it is next week. I usually redo them every 2 weeks, just because, you know, the water gets under here sometimes, and so I gotta take these off and clean my natural nail, and then I do it all over again. Unless they seem to be okay when I take the color off, but sometimes I soak them, so then it ends up coming off anyway. But I will try to do that process and show you guys next time. But yes, so I do my nails by myself, and I will try and get a video up on that, just for those that want to see how it's done. And I usually watch YouTube. I learned on YouTube, so I will link the videos that I learned from as well. So again, thank you for coming back. Share, you know, my channel with those that you know. Again, I'm starting out here. I feel like we're all on this journey together, and again, if you want any of my worksheets, I can send those out to you. Again, I don't want to charge anything. I do have an Etsy shop that I do have cash envelopes in. But again, I kind of just do it for fun. I'm not in it for a business. I do make crafts. I also make these picture frames. So I have all kinds of different colors, and they are also on my Etsy shop. But I normally do these just for gifts. Like if I know somebody's birthday that's coming up, I'll make something for them. I also do tissue boxes and vases, and almost anything you can think of I can probably do or figure out how to do it. So go ahead and take a look at my Etsy shop. I'll link it below. But these are some picture frames. They hold 5x7s in them. Again, I have many colors. As you can see here, here's a blue one, here's a pink one, a gray, a purple. These are a set. I can also make sets of these. It was just I was planning on giving this to somebody, and then they ended up wanting something, so I don't know, it was just a big thing. And then here's a silver one, and then I made this for my kids' school. This is their color, the gold and blue. So when I get their next football pictures or whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and put those in here. So this is kind of my own, but I can customize any colors that you want. If you want to do that, you just can contact me on my Etsy store, and I can do a custom order for you. So that's it for today, guys. Again, thank you for coming back and watching my video, and I will see you again in a couple of days when I do my cash stuffing for my paycheck number 2, and we can kind of go over my empty envelopes that you will see. But again, I am thankful that we had the money there and we didn't have to borrow. So I guess that's it, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.